organic, unpredictable, unknown, lovely, beautiful, a sense of fulfillment. This is part of the pleasures of life and not the chores of life.
Here's what's coming up tonight on Daily Iowan TV. 2016 presidential candidate Martin OMalley made a stop in Iowa City this weekend. We'll recap his visit next.
25 cents for tampons? Not anymore. Find out what the university has done to eliminate this cost.
The men's and women's cross-country polls came out today.
Find out where they rank in sports.
Don't go away. We've got all that and more coming up.
This is Daily Iowan TV.
Good evening and thanks for joining us. I'm Megan Coble.
And I'm Katie Sextro.
We begin tonight with the report of a sexual assault on the University of Iowa's campus. The incident allegedly occurred in an East Side residence hall and was reported on Friday night.
Officials say the victim and suspect knew each other. This is the third report of sexual assault in the last few weeks. If you or someone you know has been assaulted, you can reach out to the UI Police or the Office of Sexual Misconduct.
A fourth finalist was announced for the University of Iowa's search for a new president. Bruce Harreld will join Oberlin President Marvin Krislov, Tulane University Provost Michael Bernstein, and Ohio State University Provost Joseph Tienmetz for the lineup for the position. A public forum will be held Tuesday evening in the Iowa Memorial Union for Harreld to meet students and staff. Harreld was an adjunct professor at Northwestern University and a faculty member at the Harvard Business School. He is currently the managing principal for a Colorado-based consulting group. Before teaching at the Harvard Business School, he served as the senior vice president for IBM. The Iowa Board of Regents is scheduled to hold a meeting Thursday where they will select the next UI president.
2 Iowans died Sunday after being hit by a train. The Mount Pleasant Police Department said a Burlington Northern Rail train struck 2 victims at a crossing Sunday morning. One was pronounced dead at the scene and the other later died at the hospital. Police are still investigating.
Presidential politics returned to Iowa City on Sunday when Martin OMalley spoke in front of about 100 people at the Mill. Reporter Brent Griffiths has the story.
Democratic presidential hopeful Martin OMalley returned to Iowa over the weekend, including a Sunday stop right here in town at the Mill. The former Maryland governor is the first presidential candidate to appear in the area during the fall semester, and he made sure to talk about the rising costs of college tuition.
I was able to mostly work my way through college with a lot of help from my dad. I didn't graduate with debt. But my 2 oldest daughters, they did not go to school on a GI Bill. In fact, when they graduated with a mountain of bills. Their mother and I were very proud of them on graduation day, and we're going to be proud of them every month for the rest of our natural lives.
The biggest question for the former governor is what he'll do to stand out from the rest of the Democratic field.
OMalley's recent critiques of his own party may help him stand out. He says the Democratic Party needs to have more debates than the 4 scheduled for later this fall.
A small clique of people within the Democratic National Committee have decided that we should instead be circling the wagons around the inevitable frontrunner and having as few debates as possible.
Reporting from the Mill in Iowa City, I'm Brent Griffiths, Daily Iowan TV.
Eastern Iowa will feel the burn this weekend as Democratic hopeful Bernie Sanders stops in Cedar Rapids on Friday.
Nearly 90,000 Iowans will soon have better high-speed broadband. Thanks to $53.2 million in federal grants, many rural areas will receive internet services they once did not have. The program will affect both underserved areas and areas without any internet access at all. Iowa Governor Terry Branstad announced the grant program Monday.
Cast lists were posted Sunday for 2 main stage productions the UI is hosting. Tickets are officially on sale for American Idiot, which has shows October 16th through 25th, and Arcadia, which will hit the stage November 13th through November 21st. You can buy tickets at the Hampshire box office in the Old Capitol Mall or online.
Looking for something fun to do this week? The Hawkeye Ballroom Club will hold a kickoff event this Wednesday at Old Brick. You can take weekly ballroom dancing lessons throughout the club for just $60 a semester. Wednesday's event will include a mini dance lesson and a live performance. Well, unlike last week, it was much warmer today.
I agree, Katie. I wonder what is in store for this weekend. Let's toss it over to Alyssa Guzman for the weather.
Well, ladies, this warm weather will definitely be lasting throughout the week. Tomorrow morning, your walk to class will be nice and warm with highs in the upper 70s and clear skies. Then the afternoon will warm up in the mid-80s. Great temperatures for doing some homework on the Pentecrest. Finally, the evening will cool down just a touch back into the upper 70s. Taking a look at the rest of the week, we may see a few clouds on Wednesday, but highs will still reach the 90s. We're looking at a hot Thursday and Friday with clear, sunny skies and high temperatures in the low 90s. The first Hawkeye football game of the year will be a hot one, with Saturday's high being 90 degrees. You'll see some clouds Saturday, but don't fret. The rain should hold off until Sunday, where there is a 30% chance of thunderstorms. That's all I have for you tonight in the weather studio. Megan, Katie, back to you.
The University of Iowa will be saving thousands of dollars this year by making a small change that could impact women on campus. I went out earlier today to find out why less quarters means more savings. In nearly every women's public restroom, you'll find these dispensers for feminine products. Women pay around 25 cents per product with these machines, but now the university is making these products free in all women's restrooms. Charging women for these products along with the cash handling process costs the university nearly $30,000 each year. By eliminating the cash handling administrative expense, the feminine product service will be reduced to $1,000 per year. Not only is this change benefiting the university, it's also making a positive impact on Hawkeye women.
It's really beneficial for women because having to pay is really annoying. I think it's a really great thing for women students on campus.
Although this change eliminates revenue, tens of thousands of dollars are being saved, and women on campus are given a greater convenience.
On Monday, the State Department released around 7,000 pages of Hillary Clinton's emails. About 150 have been censored because they contain information that has been deemed classified. All of the censored material in this group of emails has been classified at the confidential level, but not at the higher top secret level. The amount of blacked out information is on the rise from Clinton's email history. Many people are questioning her management of government secrets while in office. Monday's release debuted more pages of emails than released in the last 3 months combined. Late last year, Clinton provided the State Department with 30,000 pages of documents while deleting a similar amount from her server, stating that they were personal in nature. With this release, about a fourth of all of Clinton's qualified work emails will have been published.
And now let's take a quick look at what's happening outside of Iowa. Inspections at the Hungarian-Austrian border have led to a traffic jam nearly 18 miles long. After over 70 migrants suffocated in a truck on the Austrian border, the Austrian government has stepped up their inspections.
A massive explosion at a fireworks factory in Spain killed 5 and injured 6 others. The smoke from the explosion could be seen for miles around. Firefighters and police do not know the cause of the explosion yet.
The National Football League and its players' union failed to reach an agreement earlier today. The sides have been deliberating and trying to come to an agreement concerning Tom Brady. There are allegations that New England Patriot quarterback knowingly deflated the footballs in the AFC Championship game. The two sides have been meeting the last couple of days in hopes that there could be some resolution. The case has now moved on to U.S. District Judge Richard Burnman, who will likely decide whether to uphold or throw out the suspension on Brady. Right now, the quarterback faces a 4-game suspension and would not return to play until October 18th against the Indianapolis Colts. Those two sides have been going at it for quite some time now, Katie.
Yes, it will be interesting to see the final ruling. Well, now let's send it over to our sports studio where Alec Giannakopoulos and Katie Reber are standing by.
Thanks, ladies. What an impact that Tom Brady ruling can have on the entire NFL. But we are just 5 days away until thousands will be lining up the street at historic Kinnick Stadium.
But we start tonight with Iowa soccer.
After their rained-out game on Friday, August 28th against South Dakota State, it's been a long 8 days without any action. But what better way to close out their 3-game streak in Iowa City than with an in-state opponent?
Tuesday, September 1st, Iowa will face the Panthers up north from the University of Northern Iowa. The University of Northern Iowa Panthers bring a 2-0-2 record to the Iowa Soccer Complex, while Iowa has had an impressive start to their season, being 2-0.
Now the Hawks and Panthers have shared one common opponent this year, and that was the University of Nebraska-Omaha. Now, if you remember that game, it was an outstanding performance by Iowa as they shut out the Mavericks 4-0. But the UNI Panthers went into double overtime with the Mavericks ending in a 1-1 tie.
This in-state rivalry has basically been in Iowa's favor over the years. Iowa has never lost to UNI in the 12 meetings they have faced each other. And another huge thing in Iowa's favor is that they've outscored them 36-4, with 9 shutouts being a factor as well.
Yeah, and the shutout factor has become a theme for Iowa in their first 2 games, and they are one of 2 teams in the Big Ten alongside Rutgers who have not let their opponent score a goal in the entire season.
Daily Iowan TV sports reporter Ashlyn Bauer will be at the game for us, and we'll have that full recap on Wednesday's show.
These last few shows have been taking you through the position of the Hawkeye football and what to expect when this Saturday rolls around.
Laura Bulanda is standing by to take a look at the defensive backfield for the Hawkeyes.
We've been talking about depth on this young Iowa team, and fitting perfectly into that category are the defensive backs. I took a look at the tough competition and who came out as the starting 4. Sean Draper, Maurice Fleming, Anthony Gare, Jake Gervais, Desmond King, Jordan Lomax, Greg Mabin, Brandon Snyder, Miles Taylor. A solid crew competed all summer long to be your Hawkeye defensive backs. But only 4 came out victorious at the cornerback and safety starting positions.
We got 4 guys, 5 guys that are rotating and getting a lot of reps right now. But I see Jordan Lomax. It's going to be hard for him to lose his job as long as he keeps on doing what he's doing.
And as the roster reads, Lomax will be starting at safety. But along with the other upperclassmen defensive backs, he holds the pressure of using that experience.
We're probably the most experienced group of the defensive backs, so definitely we have to up our play, and we have to really make plays this year and then just continue to get better.
And picking up the other safety position, sophomore Miles Taylor.
I think Miles Taylor's, the guy's a high effort, very impactful player as far as striking ability.
And 2 returning starters wrap up the DBs, the cornerbacks Greg Mabin and Desmond King. In the 2014 season, Mabin recorded 53 tackles, 35 of those solo tackles, 2 tackles for loss, and 1 interception. Desmond King is also coming off a successful 2014 season with 64 tackles, 42 solo tackles, 3 interceptions, and 1 defensive touchdown. And they say offense wins games and defense wins championships. And this Hawkeye secondary is working their way to the top every day.
And we like to go out there and win every play and win every day, so that's our objective each and every single practice.
Looking back on the off-season scrimmages I was able to attend, the pass coverage, even against Beathard's arm, was right on par. I see a ton of talent coming out of this group. Alec and Katie, back to you.
The preseason polls for the Iowa men and women's cross-country teams were announced earlier today.
The men are ranked 7th in the country, the same spot that they finished in just a season ago, with the women received the 11th ranking and moved up 2 spots from where they finished last season. The Iowa State women's team grabbed the #1 spot on the women's side, and Oklahoma State is the top-ranked men's team.
Both the men and women start up their season hosting Iowa State, Illinois State, and Northern Iowa at the Early Bird Invitational on Friday at the Ashton Cross Country Course.
The University of Iowa Alumni Association and the UI Athletics Department are partnering on a new project dubbed a Black and Gold Friday. Staff and students are encouraged to bring out their black and gold attire 1 day early.
Yeah, the Friday before a Hawkeye football game will now see many more wearing their black and gold. This project aims to ramp up the excitement on campus and in the Iowa City community. Katie, what are we going to see you wear on Friday?
Oh, definitely my black and gold. It will be all Hawkeye football tomorrow as Kirk Ferentz will address the media about his team's home opener.
Another one of the Phil Parker's defensive position will be under the microscope as Taylor Brooks will fill us in on the defensive line.
Megan and Katie, back to you.
That's all we have for you tonight on Daily Iowan TV.
You can check us out online anytime on YouTube.
Thanks for watching. From us to you.
Go Hawks and good night.